All right, you know what time it is. Live from the Bare Muscle Garage, it's time for Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So today we've got a classic 21-15-9 descending ladder for you with a bit of a twist. We're going to be doing 21 over the bar burpees, 21 deadlifts, 15 over the bar burpees, 15 hang power cleans, and then 9 over the bar burpees, 9 front squats. And we may be looking at this thinking, man, that's a whole lot of burpees. Well, first of all, let's not do the math. Let's just do the work. And second of all, don't worry. We're going to warm up really well. And we're going to go through all the options that will allow you to do this workout or your version of it right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can. But let's go ahead and start the general warm up, which is going to activate the muscles that we are using in today's workout. So the first move we're going to do is the pigeon. And let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate the pigeon for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the pigeon is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in here and let's sink into the pigeon on this side. So on the pigeon, we are laying face down and we've got the one leg up and across the chest, other leg back, and we're sinking into this pose here, which opens up the hips, relieves issues that might be going on with the IT band, and overall promotes good squat positioning. And let's now switch sides. So we're going to get the other leg up and across the chest, other leg back. And on the pigeon, as previously mentioned, we do this, especially when there's squat-based movements in the workout, just like we're going to be doing today. In the squat, we always talk about chest up, shoulders back, knees out to the side. And that is actively what we are improving here in the pigeon. Next, we are going to roll over and do some glute bridges. Let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate 2 glute bridges for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the glute bridges are going to be reverse chest flies like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 glute bridges together. So on the glute bridge, we are laying on our back. We've got the feet pulled in close to the hips. And we're going to squeeze those glutes. And we want to think fast up, hold the top, slow on the way back down. And we want to get higher and higher each rep. So good job on these glute bridges. Next, we're going to roll over and hit some dynamic calf. And let's go ahead and have Bubbles demonstrate 2 reps on each leg for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then we're actually going to do some dynamic elbows like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps on each side. Now, it could be that doing this off the ground is a bit hard on the wrist, in which case we got some options for you. We can do this off of an incline surface, and let's have Bubbles demonstrate here. It could be off a counter, off a sofa, off a sturdy piece of furniture, or even the wall, but we're going to be in an incline position, bending the one knee, pushing the back heel into the ground, going back and forth like this. But if we're doing this off the ground as prescribed, we've got those hands on the ground, piking the hips in the air, bending the one knee, pushing the back heel into the ground, holding that for about 2 seconds before switching sides. And so good job here on the dynamic calf. Next, we've got some walk the floors. And let's go ahead and have Bubbles demonstrate 1 rep of the walk the floor for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the walk the floor is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in here and let's do 5 walk the floors together. Now, it could be that getting all the way down to the ground is a challenge, in which case we have some options. We could do the walk the floor down to the plank. Let's have Bubbles demonstrate here. So we're going to reach down, touch those toes, walk out to a plank, then walk it back, and then reach back at the top. Or it could be that we choose to do this off of an inclined surface. So we get our feet up against an inclined surface, then we get our hands down, take a couple steps back, and then a couple steps forward, and then we clap overhead. But if we are doing this off the ground as prescribed, we are getting all the way down, chest and thighs to the ground, and then leading with the hips on the way back up, walking those hands back to the feet, and then getting those shoulders back at the top. So good job here on the walk the floor, no matter which version is better for us. And finally, we're going to do some squat jumps. Let's have Twin One demonstrate 2 air squats, followed by 2 squat jumps. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the squat jump is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 5 air squats followed by 5 squat jumps. And we have a couple options here. So on the air squat, let's break that down first. We've got the feet about shoulder width apart. And we're going to initiate by sending those hips back and down, pushing the knees out to the side throughout the movement until we get all the way down, hips below the knees. And then we are driving through the heels until we get all the way back up. Now, after the first 5 reps of doing these air squats and getting those hips all the way down, it could be that, okay, jumping is just not for me, in which case we can just add some speed on the way back up. So we're going to go down slow and then try to explode up as fast as we can. So that's one option here. But if we feel we can jump hard off the heels and then land in a quarter squat, then let's see Twin One do a couple reps there. That's really going to help us to dial in that full hip extension, which is what we want to move the bar. So we're either jumping or we're not, but either way, we're getting as low as we can. And it could be, you know what? Hey, I need some assistance on these squats. Maybe we need to sit and stand to a chair or to a footstool or whatever the case, just like we see Deb doing here. But either way, let's really control it on the way down and then try and explode as much as we can on the way up. So good job here on these air squats and squat jumps, whichever versions are better for us. Well, that is it for the activation phase. Now we're going to move on to the movement prep, which is where we're going to practice specifically the 4 moves that we are doing in today's workout. The first move is the over the bar burpee. Today specifically, we're specifying a lateral over the bar burpee if that's what our space allows. And so let's look on as Twin One demonstrates 2 reps of the lateral over the bar burpee. That was 1. That was 2 as soon as we land on the other side. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the burpee is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in here and let's do 6 over the bar burpees together. Now we have a couple options here. It could be that, you know what, hey, getting that chest and thighs to the ground is a bit challenging for me. So we could do a couple options, such as doing the burpee down to the plank, just like we see Bubbles doing here, getting our hands flat on the ground, and then jumping or stepping the feet back into a plank position, and then finishing by jumping or stepping over the bar. Or it could be that we choose to do incline burpees. Let's have Bubbles demonstrate a rep or two. And so we're going to be up against an inclined surface, and then we're going to take a couple steps back. Optionally, we can include a push-up, getting our chest to touch that surface, and then stepping back in and clapping overhead. But if we are doing the over-the-bar burpee as prescribed, we're getting our hands to the ground, jumping or stepping the feet back, and then jumping or stepping out of it. And then for our RX and intermediate and scale divisions today, we are looking for you to jump over that bar and not to step over the bar. So as much as possible, let's actually go for a 2-foot takeoff. But as much as we are, to the extent that we are jumping over and not stepping, that's what we're looking for if we're doing the RX intermediate or scale today. So good job on these burpees, whichever version is better for us. Next, we're going to grab a broomstick or a mop or a PVC pipe, and we're going to go over the first of the 3 barbell moves that we are doing today. And so the first move we're going to do is the deadlift. And let's have Bubbles first show us how we're going to hold this thing. We're going to have a hook grip on there, so thumbs wrapped around, fingers over the thumb, and the hands close together right outside the hips. And let's see 2 reps of the deadlift. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then that deadlift with the same hook grip is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 deadlifts together. So on the deadlift, we've got those hands wrapped around the bar in the hook grip position. So thumbs first, fingers over. And then at the start of the deadlift, we've got those hips super low, chest up, shoulders back. We're looking straight ahead. And we're going to take a deep breath in and brace that core, driving the ground away until we get to a fully standing, locked out position with the shoulders back at the top. And then we're keeping it close to the body on the way back down as well. And so good job here on these deadlifts. The second barbell move that we're doing is the hang power clean. And let's look on as twin 1 demonstrates 2 reps. First, let's see how you take it up from the ground. When we're first about to do the hang power clean, we pick it up and establish the hang position by locking it out, and then we can cycle these out. Let's see 2 reps. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the hang power clean is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the hang power clean together. So on the hang power clean, that rep is going to start at the knees. And then we are going to pop those hips to jump it up to the shoulders, flipping those elbows on the way up, getting into a sitting position, and then standing to finish. So we want to pop those hips, have fast elbows, hit that sit and stand. Now, twin 1 especially is hitting a big pop and getting a jump out of it. If that's too much impact for us, then we can choose to do the muscle clean instead. Let's have 2 and 1 demonstrate 2 reps here. Same starting position, same finishing position, just without the jump and the land. But we're still popping those hips, flipping those elbows, getting it up to the shoulders. Very important that we keep it close to the body. We're not letting it get way out ahead of us. All right. We're keeping that bar close like a big old zipper. So good job here on these cleans. And then the third and final barbell move that we're doing in today's workout is the front squat. And let's go ahead and have 2 and 1 demonstrate 2 reps of the front squat for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then for today, the front squat is going to be a supinated deadlift, meaning we've got those hands facing forward, but getting all the way down into a curl like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the front squat together. So on this front squat, we're going to start the very same way as the air squat. The feet are shoulder width apart. Only difference being that we're holding this bar in the rack position, elbows pointing forward and up. And then we're going to initiate by sending those hips back and down, pushing the knees out to the side throughout the movement until we get all the way down, hips below the knees, and then we drive through the heels until we stand back up. Now, if we were using assistance in the warm-up, such as sitting and standing to a chair or a footstool, then we can continue to do that here as well. A good job on these front squats, whichever version is better for us. Well, now it's ramp up time. If you've been earning badges and you'd like to add some weight to do either the scaled, intermediate, or RX weight in today's workout, then let's start to gradually add some weight, doing about 3 to 5 practice reps of each of the barbell moves, the deadlift, the hang power clean, and the front squat, adding a little bit of weight each time until we get to the weight that we want to use for our workout today. But if we have not been earning badges, or we're just getting back into this after a long time off, then please let's not add any weight. That super lightweight that we were just using in the warm-up, that broomstick, is going to be more than enough for us today. It's very important that we have the right form and consistency with all our habits before we've earned the right to add or reintroduce intensity, such as by adding weight or going fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number 1, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in so we can get through this whole workout without losing you. Number 2, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. And let's make sure we got our water nearby so we can take a sip as needed all throughout the workout. Number 3, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer with mine if you choose to use one. Number 4, music. Super important. Today, we want 2, maybe 3 fight songs that are going to get us through this as efficiently, but of course, as fast as our circumstances allow. So, what's on your playlist? You can blast your music as loud as you want, as long as you can still hear me helping you throughout the workout. And lastly, how are we keeping track of these rounds? We've got a 21, 15, 9, but the barbell moves are changing each time. it's easy to lose track of where we are and what's coming up next, unless you're a teacher's pet and you came prepared with the workout written down, just like Deb. So if you're a teacher's pet like Deb and Bubbles and Mighty Mouse and Twin One, let's go ahead and take a teacher's pet picture just to show how prepared you are. So here we go. Teacher's pet picture in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm going to bring the workout back on screen one more time, and then we'll get going. So in just about a minute, we're going to start this timer, and we're about to do 21 over the bar burpees, 21 deadlifts, then 15 over the bar burpees, 15 hang power cleans, then 9 over the bar burpees, 9 front squats. Please, let's not add weight unless we've been earning badges. And even if we are adding weight, let's think about a weight that we can hit all 9 front squats in a row without putting it down. Challenging, but unbroken weight for us. And we're probably going to end up breaking up the hang power cleans and maybe the deadlifts in a couple sets, no more than 3 sets, if we pick that weight correctly. We are looking for the same weight on each of the 3 barbell moves today. And for the burpees, let's pick the version of the burpee that allows us to keep moving. Maybe we can challenge ourselves at the start of each set with a challenging version of the burpee for us, maybe 6 to 9 reps before switching to something that allows us to move a little bit quicker. But we are looking for that first set of burpees to take us less than 2 minutes. And so let's choose the version or versions of the burpees that allow us to do so. So your score is going to be the time it takes to get through these 3 rounds of descending reps and progressive movement of the over the bar burpees, and then deadlifts in the first round, hang power cleans in the second, and then front squats in the third. So if you are good to go, give me a thumbs up over here and we'll get this started. I'm going to give us a 10-second countdown, and then I'm going to highlight Twin One to get us going. So here we go. 21 over the bar burpees, 21 deadlifts, then 15 over the bar burpees, 15 hang power cleans, 9 over the bar burpees, 9 front squats. Starting in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off. Dropping to the ground, hopping over the bar. Notice the hybrid method Twin One is making very good use here. Jumping back, stepping out. That's a good way to balance speed, but managing your heart rate. And we've got Deb getting down, getting up, getting over. So nice to see everyone stepping outside their comfort zone, doing challenging movements. All of us have different backgrounds, different capacities, but we are all getting the same sweat, and especially Mighty Mouse doing the whole workout today from the standing position. Love to see the progress. Well, we are dropping to the ground, getting up, getting over. "21 burpees. At least it's at the start, and we are getting this big number out of the way. And then we're going to be working our way down this ladder. And like we said, hey, if 21 sounds like a whole lot, maybe we can challenge ourselves with the first 6 to 9 reps and then switch to something that allows us to move a little bit more smoothly through the rest. A good job here. We are making smart choices. And we will be coming up on the 2-minute mark in just about 15 seconds here. I love to see the nice steady pacing. Keeping our head down, doing this work. And just like that, right on cue, right at the 2-minute mark, Twin One finishing that last burpee, approaching that bar for the deadlifts. Mighty Mouse as well on that bar for the deadlifts, Bubbles on the bar for the deadlifts. That is the beauty of this program here. All of us, different strengths, different circumstances, capacities, but we are all scaling the right way, moving together through this, getting low, getting up, standing that bar up, getting the shoulders back at the top, looking for that full extension. And of the 3 moves here, the deadlift is the highest volume, but also the simplest of the 3. And maybe we're breaking this set up just because we're fatigued from the burpees. So maybe a couple quick sets of, I like, bigger set at the start and then working our way down. So I kind of like a 10-7-4 maybe for this set of 21, but whatever rep scheme you feel is better for you. And after these 21 deadlifts, gonna hit right back those burpees here. Looks like Deb done with that set. Moving on to the set of 15 burpees here. Twin One as well. Dropping to the ground, hopping over the bar. Mighty Mouse joining in on those burpees. And then Bubbles, just a couple reps to go. And then about to hit the second round of burpees. And so far, everyone is on track to finish within today's target window. And the target window is nothing more than the best way to know if we've made the right choices in today's workout. And how does the target window work? Well, we've all got different strength and mobility and circumstances, but the idea is to pick the right weights and to choose the right movement options that allow us to finish within the target window of time. Not too much over, not too much under. And if we do that, we know that we've hit the mark in the level of the challenge for today's workout today. And right there, Twin One walking up to the bar for the cleans. We've got Mighty Mouse as well, picking up that bar. And let's remember, anytime we pick it up from the ground, when we first pick it up, we establish that hang position, we lock that out. And then we can cycle those reps, popping from the knee to the shoulder. Now this set of 15 is a nice big set. It could be that we decide to break it up into 9 and 6, or maybe even 7, 5, 3. Or it could be, you know what? I've hit all 15 hang power cleans unbroken. In which case, hey, maybe we probably could have challenged ourselves a little more on the weights there. But most importantly, if we're focusing on the form, that is the highest priority. But working our way through that bar, Bubbles picking up that bar, getting ready to hit some hang power cleans. But we've got Mighty Mouse already on this last set of 9 burpees. Deb, just a couple reps to go. Twin One, just a couple reps to go on those cleans. Taking a strategic breather, getting right back into it. Cycling that out, popping, flipping those elbows. And there we go. Deb about to hit this last set of burpees. Mighty Mouse done with the last set of burpees and then moving on to this last set of front squats. So we're not going overhead, Mighty Mouse, just standing that up, keeping it on the shoulder. So sit to stands on the shoulder like that. Yep. And there we go. Twin one on this last set of burpees. Deb on this last set of burpees. Bubbles finishing off the last few cleans before knocking out the last set of burpees as well. But Mighty Mouse, just a couple, and actually Mighty Mouse across the finish line. Great work, Mighty Mouse. Twin one, almost there. Deb, almost. But nice work here, and there goes twin one walking up to that bar. About to pick it up for the last time and hit those squats. Deb as well on these squats. So twin one, deep breath in, bracing that core, getting all the way down, getting all the way up. And Deb, just a couple reps to go. And there goes Deb across the finish line. Twin one, just a couple squats to go, getting low on that squat, standing that up. Deep breath in, standing that up every single time. Bubbles joining in on this last set of front squats, and there goes twin one across the finish line. And Bubbles flying through these last squats here.
Nice squats, guys.
Love to hear our cheering squad as Bubbles gets across the finish line. And now we're at the best part of the workout, which is the cool down stretch. And this stretch is super important to help us fight soreness, increase flexibility, so we can come back day after day, staying consistent and committed. So the first stretch we're going to do today is the seated forward fold. And that's going to be where we've got those legs out in front of us and we are reaching toward those toes. Hey, if we can't quite reach them, that's cool. If this is all we got, that's great. But if we can reach them, awesome. And while we're doing this, let's hear from twin one, high-low buffalo. If we're doing this from the seated position, we're just reaching down toward the toes as close as we can. But what's your high-low buffalo twin one?
My high were the deadlifts. Love the deadlifts. Low were the what do you think? The front squats, but the front squats were also my buffalo because I was sort of dreading it toward when I was heading towards there. I was like, I'm getting closer to those front squats. But I felt stronger. I felt better with them this for this workout. So I was happy that I felt better with it.
And hey, you know what? That's what happens. You know, it doesn't get easier. We get better, which means we can tackle some of these challenging movements, perhaps even with more weight, but move it even more efficiently, which was your case. So good job, twin one. Let's straddle out now and reach forward like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from Bubbles. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're gonna get those arms out to the side and pull back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Bubbles?
High, low, and buffalo. So high, definitely front squats. I think because I just like the squat movement, and so my confidence level is way in the roof. No matter how many we do, and we're doing front squats or squats. But that was a high. And low were definitely the burpees. They were a lot today. So I mixed them up. I did some from the plank position, some from elevated position. So yeah, that was definitely my low today. My buffalo, I would think, is all the deadlift, the power clean, deadlift and the power clean, as well as the front squats. It was nice using the bar. I used 2 different weights for the movements, but those movements were really nice. I enjoyed doing those, and I enjoyed the workout, the rhythm of the workout today. So thanks, Coach.
Thank you. And I'm glad that you challenged yourself where you could, kind of mixing and matching and still falling within the target window, which is always the goal. So good job, Bumps. And let's now switch to butterfly. So feet in, knees out, and we are flapping the wings like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from Mighty Mouse. And if we're doing this from a seated position, we are getting the hands on the shoulder blades and pulling back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Mighty Mouse?
My high was doing the deadlift. I didn't have a low, but the buffalo was the round of 21. To really pace myself and take my time, it gave me more energy to do the last 2 rounds instead of just, flying through them. It was best to pace yourself in the first round.
Spoken like a true veteran of the program, lots of experience. We know that we have to pace this race, and we can't just come out like a jackrabbit and hold on to it the whole time. Now, given today's format, we can probably push a little more than we would just because the reps are going down, but you know exactly how much to push in order to have that energy we need, especially with a move like burpees. 21 of them in that first round, gotta pace ourselves. So good job, Mighty Mouse. And lastly, we've got the saddle. So it's helpful to start in a kneeling position. And if we can sit back toward those heels, great. If we can lean even further back, awesome. If we can't quite reach the heels, if this is all we got, hey, that's cool too. But while we're in the saddle here, let's hear from Deb. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're going to get those arms up and pull back as far as we can. But what is your high-low buffalo, Deb?
So my high for the burpees, because I was able to do them a little less elevated from before, so that was good. So that move for me is very disrespectful, whether I'm doing a V-up or burpee, but it got less disrespectful, and I was respecting the movement. So that was my high. My low were the power cleans. Like Denise and Bubbles had it like they were open their arms, and I'm like, it was like a work of art, and I was just like, oh, I can't get that. So that was my low, because I kept trying to mimic the snap, and it wasn't working. But I'm gonna get it. So keep up the good work, ladies. And then my buffalo was I'm even afraid to say, but I was counting 21, 15, 9. What is that? 175? I was like, oh my word. So I hate when we have no, because my brain, my subconscious is like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's too many. It's like, keep going. So that was my buffalo, just doing all the counting. But like a good coach, you were like, don't do the math, just do the work. So that's what I did. So thanks, coach. Always a good workout.
Maybe that should officially be our next shirt, right? Just a constant reminder. Just get into it, break it up into small sets, and then before you know it, we're done. But did you die? No, you didn't. We're here. We got through those numbers. So good job, Deb. Well, that's our WOD, that's our stretch, that's our high-low buffalo. You know what's left. This sweaty selfie, because does this count if we don't take that selfie? Let's flex on the camera and let's take this selfie. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. And let's put the fist in the middle for the cheer. On 3, 2 claps. Fit crew. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Big crew.
Big crew.
Crew. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this program, then please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. Thank you very much, and see you next time.